episode of Pitch Practice, the show. Let's hear it for the crew today.
Good morning.
Myself, Mark, the mental marketer, Brandon from BKXX Enterprise, and Laura from Get Spiffy. How's everybody doing today?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Good morning.
Good morning. Where are you at today, Laura?
I am in Santa Cruz, in between two volcanoes. You got Volcán Atitlán and Volcán San Pedro. You can actually tell them apart really well because when you see the top parts of them, they're actually this one, it's missing some of the top part. I don't know if you can see it. It's missing a little bit of the top part, but anyway, so it's like, once you talk about marketing, once you start talking about sales, it's like, yeah, I want to be around environments that inspire me. And I grew up in Guatemala, and seeing volcanoes really inspire me. So I'm back home here, seeing different volcanoes. I'm sticking to a little bit of my goals, right? It's 5-something in the morning, and man, I wouldn't miss pitch practice even if I was in Mars. Like, I'm gonna come to my pitch practice. This thing, Brandon and I have held down the fort on this thing for 2 years. We're probably gonna do this for the rest. Probably gonna do this for the rest of our lives, right? Because it's something that's been really meaningful to just guiding our lives, even if it's like tiny. And it's just 1 hour a week. I mean, I look forward to this. I mean, when I think Wednesday, I think pitch practice.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I look for, oh my gosh. I'm so happy to have joined with you two. Thanks for letting me tag along here, Brandon.
You're welcome. You're welcome for the invite. Appreciate to have you.
Yes. Are those active volcanoes?
They're actually dormant, but like any volcano, it could go off if it wants to. So all this is 80 million years old, and the lake is only 10,000 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and the myth of the lake is that it's on the crater of a different volcano. So technically, we're in the crater of a different super volcano. That's kind of like the myth and the legend.
Wow.
And so I don't know if you guys can see the water, but it's actually, once it gets clearer, it's emerald green.
Oh wow, green water. That looks so beautiful, and I see you there. What an awesome place to go and set your goals.
Feel inspired. Yeah. Just set your goals, set your intentions, and it's like little tiny things that remind you of who you are, and kind of like goes back to what we talked about today in the chapter, right? It's like Russell was really like more of a direct marketer, but his branding that made people come back to that second sell. So it's kind of like, I always think of like, if you're a brand, like if I'm a brand, what's my brand? One of the biggest things that's my brand is I write my goals every day, regardless of where I am in the world.
Yes. Oh, that brings us to why we're here. As always, we're pitch practice. So what we do is we practice, we learn, we grow, and we support each other. And we spend this time, and that's what we're doing. We just want this to be an opportunity for all those out there listening to share in this with us, because we know that iron sharpens iron, and we want to sharpen each other and support each other. So this week, what is it? We went into section 3, which is growth hacking, but the topic was the funnel hub, secret number 16, the funnel hub. I'm gonna let Brandon take this one. Brandon, tell us about some big takeaways from learning secret number 16, the funnel hub.
So the funnel hub, aka your website, is the central location where most people find your business information. So they're doing a Google search, They're either looking for, an off-brand or possibly even a branded keyword after seeing your ad, and they get directed to this funnel hub or this website. Now, if you know anything about Russell and Clickfunnels, he thinks websites are dead, and they've been dead for years. And to have him talking about funnel hubs and websites was a little bit off-putting at first, because he preached this and now he's doing this. And it's like, okay, Russell, what are you doing here? But it makes total sense, because there's a lot that you can do with a sales funnel, but it can't do everything. You do need a core place to bring people in and then send them out to where you want them to go and give them what they need when they search it. So the main premise of the funnel hub is to give them the information that they're looking for, and then gently push them in the direction of the product or service that you're looking for.
Nice. What the big one of the big things that I really took from this is his conversation and his talk about the shadow funnel.
Mm-hmm.
The shadow funnel. Laura, can you give us your input on what is a shadow funnel and what that means?
Yeah. So from what I got from what he was saying, was the shadow funnel was when you have your main funnel, but there's this extra kind of wake that happens based on people open your funnel, but they don't actually transact with you. They actually go and search for you, and they search for more information. And that actually could lead to getting other people to transact with them. And you're the one that caused that traffic to happen to those people's websites. Is that kind of right?
Yeah. Do you think that happens it's like people they look at you, and he says that the funnel starts when someone sees your ad, and that's just the start. Then they open up another tab or another browser, they search into Google, they search for your name, they search for your company's name, they search for the product name, and what they are looking for are what? They're looking for reviews, comments, and other. It's probably a hidden. I can understand why it's called shadow funnel, because sometimes decisions can be made if you don't take control of it. And I know that's what you do, Brandon, right? You let business owners take control of that shadow funnel.
Yeah. So, I mean, the shadow funnel, if you want a more technical term for it, is kind of driven by search engine optimization. So it's people looking for you based on either your name or a product or a solution that you provide. So if you're not taking control of that, if your information isn't in enough places, the customer isn't going to find it, and they're not going to get the information they need. They may find your competitor instead. And so I have programs set up to kind of limit the holes, so to speak, in either funnel, whether it's your active funnel or your shadow funnel.
Yes. And what do you think about doing push-ups for your shadow funnel, Laura? I love it.
Hey, you got to stay on brand, right? What did Russell say? Branding is what helps you transact the second sale.
Yes. And movement is your DNA.
Movement is totally part of my brand. It's something like, and that's like something I keep telling myself. It's like movement's for everybody. And I want to like literally change the way I see movement myself. Like right here, right? I don't have access to a gym. It's like you don't need a gym to work out.
Right.
All you need is your body and movement.
Right.
So I need to just keep on that brand for myself, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I agree 1000%, just going off topic, but it's who you are. So you would find a way to work out anywhere. It doesn't take a fancy gym or equipment
Nope.
because you are a mover. So that's all, you're going to find a way to move. Um,
Yep.
and
Goes
uh,
back to, yep. Go ahead.
you have any more? Do you have any more thoughts on a funnel hub, Brandon?
Just got to start. If you haven't built one out now, or if you have a website that needs to be kind of revamped, there is a formula to the hub. It just can't be, willy-nilly thrown up there. So just take a hard look at it. Definitely check out Chapter 16, the Traffic Secrets book, to see exactly how it is structured. There's other places that will then drive into it. You see the image in the background there is actually my Google My Business profile there, and that's got me a nice lead in the past couple of days here. and working out a deal for a website. So fingers crossed that it gets closed up today, and we'll see. We'll get a new funnel hub out to the world.
Awesome. It's I don't know, maybe it's timing that we're talking about the funnel hub right now, and with Clickfunnels, they just released it hasn't been fully released to the general public as of yet, but I know myself and Brandon, we are both beta testers for the new software, and their focus in this new software initially has been with building the funnel hubs. And traditionally, the way I see a funnel hub is I've actually kind of had a funnel hub all along, because I've had my main website, and from my main website there have been, but I haven't done it quite like a funnel hub, because a funnel hub takes your brand, the best of branding and the best of direct response marketing, and it blends those two, with your funnel hub being that branding, and then the funnel hub leading out to all of your different front end funnels. MarketingSecrets.com is a very good funnel hub, and then Dan Kennedy, No BS.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the downfalls of, and he mentions it here in this chapter, is that he did not build blogs in Clickfunnels because it did not have the capability to do the RSS feed and update. Now with Clickfunnels 2.0, it has a specific blog feature in it that has RSS. It has it's SEO optimized. It does your H1, H2 tags. So it's very SEO friendly. I think this is going to be a major change, and a really good opportunity for using Clickfunnels for website, blog, and funnels. What do you think, Brandon?
I think it's a great evolution of the core product. That was it is one of the frustrating things to have to piece together several different types of software. Even though WordPress is technically free, I mean, you still have to pay the hosting behind it. There's still the domain behind it. So having one central location where you're paying one bill, it does make it a little bit more convenient. And then with the added features that are coming along with the email marketing, I'm looking forward to checking that out to see how that's set up. So you possibly get rid of the third party deal like a GetResponse or a MailChimp. You can kind of do it in ClickFunnels, but it does need a little bit more of a technical skill to set up on the back end. See how easy it is to set up moving forward. And then, you can kill your Shopify account, because then you'll be able to, put your products on there and get those sold as well. So, looking forward to this evolution and keeping everything in one spot. I think that's all been it's been what Russell's dream has been about.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Laura. Oh man, I am just enjoying your pictures out there on the boat ramp. Tell us, what are we seeing? Laura, you're on mute. You're on mute. Can you hear me? You're on mute. Unmute. Uh-oh, I think she's probably talking, but she's on mute. Laura, you're on mute. We didn't.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, but but we can't see you.
Oh, come on. What about
Oh,
now?
you must. I think you were talking, but we didn't hear you. Look, we both have on green.
Can you see the view?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so let me tell you a little about the towns, okay?
Okay.
Do you see how remote this place is? I'm gonna go cold plunging, but you can this place is actually called Laguna Lodge, and it's got 100 acres of protected not rainforest, it's just forest on the back end. So there's a bunch of different trails on the back, and then once you walk here, there's a couple other kind of hotel resorts, but once you walk over there where I'm pointing, there's a tiny little town called Santa Cruz. And once you walk on that side, there are two towns. There are San Pedro and San Juan, if I'm not mistaken. And then if you look, there's you see where I'm pointing right here in the middle of two volcanoes?
Yes, yes, a little bit. Yes, yes, yes.
That's another town called Santiago.
Okay.
So there are actually about 12 little towns throughout the volcano named after the 12 apostles.
Nice, nice. It looks like kind of maybe like the 12 apostles going out to be fishermen right there too.
Yeah, so there's actually two myths that there's actually a bunch of myths, but one of them, actually I'm reading a book about myths just from this area, and one of the myths is talking about is like women are meant to be fisher women and men are meant to be hunters. So anyway, I'm gonna read more through to this book, but you know, it's interesting to see how reality is so shaped by what you see, and the legends and the things you believed are shaped by literally the things that you see, and the things that are also dangerous to you. Because like, I mean, think of it that way. You live right here. This volcano could go off at any minute. Your house is right there, and you look at this thing every single day. And then there's another one right there.
Yeah, and you basically trust that
it's not going to.
That it's not going to happen. That takes a lot of trust. That takes a high level of trust, especially considering the dangerous effects of just the smoke coming from there.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's actually, these don't have any smoke on it. The ones that had smoke on it were actually closer to Antigua. There's 28 or so more volcanoes in Guatemala. I'm actually on a different side of Guatemala, and I'm on a different volcano views. The ones that you saw that I posted earlier, those are Acetenango and Fuego. Fuego is actually an active volcano. These two are not. This is San Atitlan and San Pedro. These two volcanoes are not active.
Okay.
Well, they're not active, but you never know.
Did you do this? They're not active.
They're not active.
Well, that's funny. What does not active mean?
I don't know exactly how many years, but it's been over thousands of years since they last had any. But here you can never. These are part of the Ring of Fire, so they could go off at any time for any reason.
Right. It's interesting you say it's not active, but I've always maybe thought that they're active, but they're just dormant.
They are exactly. They're technically dormant because they could become active at any given point. And something else that you should know about these, over here, they plant a ton of coffee. Some of the best coffee in the world is over there.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess something about climates, because I know great coffee. Well, I've been in Hawaii, and it was right around the volcano region, and that was like a really hot spot for the best coffee ever.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
probably all the nitrogen and just all the different types of, natural things that are on the dirt.
well, since you're there, Laura, are you gonna take a dip in the water? Are you gonna let us see you take a
Yeah.
dip?
Do you want me to? Do you want me to? It's cold as hell.
Take a cold plunge. Well, let's go ahead, because we're about time. So we're just gonna have our final words today, and I'll start just by saying that it is official. It is official. The contracts have been signed, the deals have been inked, and we're moving full steam ahead with the pitch practice, the show, the project. So happy. So happy that we were all able to get through our contract negotiations to do this show. Laura took a little bit longer because of some clause she wanted to have in her contract about being in Guatemala, but I'm glad you got those contracts, that negotiations worked out. But I think we really have a really winning trio here. I love our chemistry, how we work together. We all have our uniqueness, our branding, but we're all still alike. And I don't think I've met two other people that I vibe with even more. And I think this will be the perfect avenue for each one of us to show our true, authentic self. And also the perfect opportunity for our audience, our listeners, our fans, our followers, our clients, our friends, and our families to tune in weekly to hear us, see us, and so you all can get to know us as human beings, as colleagues, as marketers, as DNA movers, as business people, and even as a support system for each other. Like I say, iron sharpens iron, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to lift each other up, give each other what we need. That's what being an entrepreneur is about, supporting each other. I'm an online marketer, but I do this because I want to see other people succeed. I want to see other businesses make money. I want to see other businesses go out there and generate those leads and sales so they can support their family. Brandon, he helps local businesses because he wants to see local businesses get noticed, get found, so they can have more business. And Laura, you ink franchise deals so they can expand. So
Number one franchise person in the world, salesperson in the world.
Yes, and we do it so those franchisees can grow their business with new unique offerings, so they can add what you have maybe to their complete portfolio. So it's really all about modeling support for each other, support for our clients, support for you out there listening. And I hope that by us bringing this to you, we can model. So as a result, that it may motivate you to sharpen each other as well. Whatever that means, if that means you go make a collaboration with other people, if you go start a show similar to this, if that means you go find an accountability partner to go help you practice and get better, if that means getting a coach, then by all means, get a coach. We all need coaches. If that means reaching out to one of us, me, Brandon, or Laura, our contact information will be ready, available, and I'm sure that we are all here ready to help you, whether we're in Guatemala or whether we're in Urbana, Ohio, or whether we're in Texas.
And Antonio in the house.
And so happy for you, Laura, to have this vision for years and years and years, and for you and Brandon to continue to still keep this vision alive. And
Brandon and I built this thing from like literally in the morning. I would take a walk, and Brandon and I were on a different group called the 10X Ambassadors, and we'd always talk about how to make our lives better and how to beat the sun up and how to write our goals down every day and how to just stay consistent with things that seem super insignificant. And then that's kind of how this came out about, like, hey, that same practice of doing something for yourself. You know, all day we're doing things for somebody else, whether it's a client or a family member. How about an hour for ourselves to get better at this thing that we call pitching? Because look, what we do every single day is we go and transact with people to get them to buy into something that's important to us. But we do have to understand how to overcome these objections that we can't see. We have to understand how to be certain about our own selves to then be able to go and close a customer, right? The customer knows when you're certain about your product and your services. And this is something that's really helped us. So Brandon and I have been consistent. If y'all want to send a check to Brandon and myself for being so consistent, we're going to go ahead and put the Cash App link below.
Nice.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna have to follow with that, Lori. Yes, it's been fun. There's been some ups and downs, but that's with life and everything. But we stick together. Anything's possible to help each other out, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help everybody out. That's what this video is for, is to kind of show you that, you know, nothing's ever perfect. You know, there's situations we can be in that you know, we think it's the end of the world, but it really isn't. So you gotta have good people behind you to help you out. There's tons of sayings and pretty much every self-help, self-development, spiritual book that you can read is nothing is ever accomplished alone.
Nope. And you know what? Sometimes it just takes one other person that helps you stay accountable. One other person can make a giant difference. So don't be, you know, sometimes it's like we think we need 60 people to make a difference. Man, Brandon has made an enormous difference in my life by just staying consistent, picking up the phone once a week with me. And sometimes I don't ever talk to Brandon after this call, but he's made so much. I think Brandon. The guy's been in it. No, really, I think Wednesdays, I think Brandon. Brandon's made an enormous difference in the way I live, in the way I actually do something, in the way of having somebody that's been an accountability partner and has been super consistent with something that's important to me. So thank you so much, Brandon. You've been an amazing friend.
You're welcome.
Awesome. That's, hey, iron sharpens iron. And I'm hoping, and the hope is that if you're out there listening, that you are able to, just from our modeling, from Brandon being a great support system, from Laura just keeping it alive, keeping the dream alive. And it just takes a little bit of feeding. You know, the grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is green where you water it. So, and if you're watering it and you're nurturing it, then it will grow in your life. It will grow in your life. And pitch practice is growing in our lives.
It's true. Look, the guy's catching fish. Buenos dias. He can't hear me.
Oh yeah.
Yay,
Awesome. Well, we're gonna say bye from Texas.
See you later from Ohio.
Bye from Guatemala, Atitlan.
All right, see ya.